Greetings and salutations. Welcome to Knife Chats with Tobias. Well, I picked up another Rough Rider cotton sampler. Now this is the larger ones, and this one is in the Blue Dragon series. I'm not sure how many knives are in the Blue Dragon series. I hope to see a few more. I doubt there will be a large toothpick in this series, and I'm not sure if the bone material would work for it. But in any case, this one is the RR2717, and let's take a look at it. And here we have it, and you can see the bone there. And if you notice, it's a rather large pattern on the bone. It's I don't think it would work very well on the smaller cotton samplers. Rough Rider does two types of cotton samplers. They have this one, which I would say is the standard size. And for those who are not familiar, it's comes in right at maybe 4 inches, 4 1/8 inches long in the closed position. And the cotton sampler has that funky blade. It's like a wide belly spay blade. This portion here is not sharpened. You got a nice little kick there. The blade length is not that long at all, just a little over 2 3/4 inches with a cutting edge that is probably right at 2 1/8 inches. But it does have that big wide belly on there. And I do like the blade. I think it does some chores really great. It's really good at slicing and dicing and things of that nature. It does have enough of a point that you could stab something if you wanted to, so be careful. You could actually stab your hand. We're not going to go into all the details of what the cotton sampler is because, as I've mentioned in the past, I vaguely know how they were used. Now, this is, like I said, the larger size. This is the smaller one. I actually like the smaller one a little bit better. It goes in the pocket a little more easily, and it's a really good box opener. So I do like the smaller one better for my use and my needs, but this is more close to the actual size of the older traditional cotton samplers. Now, you can find cotton samplers made by other companies, but you're not going to find them at the price that you'll find them with Rough Rider. And that includes some of them that are coming from other companies that are making them in China and still charging $60, $70 for one, as opposed to about $25, $30, I guess, now for these knives. They used to be about $14, $20. Some of them are a little more expensive. This was, I think this one came in the $15 to $19 range. I don't remember. I'll show the price of what I actually paid for this. I did pick it up at SMKW. And it is really well made, but it is slightly different than all the other Rough Rider cotton samplers, and that kind of took me back a little bit. It's like, why did they do that? Because I think one of the shining spots on the Rough Rider cotton samplers is the front bolster, which had that nice slant to it. You got you've got the ring and the slant and then the pinch on there. And I really like that bolster. And I think just about all of them had that. They at least, yeah, this was one of the first ones. It doesn't have the pinch, but it does have the ring. The Arctic Fox was recent. It does have the ring and the pinch, just like the tortoise shell does. And this was another more recently made one. And the cinnamon bone stag, it has the pinch and the ring. And this one, this is the bluegill. It lacks the pinch, but it had the ring and also the slanted bolster. All of them have the slanted bolster. This is the only one I've got with the big R on it. And this is like, was destined to be in the Colt line, but ended up going into the Rough Rider line. And it is the only knife that Rough Rider made to date that has the double R shield on there. And that was basically a copy of the the Colt Anaconda C Colt shield that they were putting on some of their knives that were a script that was inlaid into the bone, and that's also why you've got the Robert Townsend R on this one. But as you can see, this one has a straight bolster, no pinch, just a plain ring on a straight bolster. And I gotta tell you, Rough Rider, I think this knife would have looked better if you'd have kept that slanted bolster. That slant in the bolster really is eye-popping on this frame. I really like the way that looks. And it would have fit better in with all the other cotton samplers I have to date. It does have the double R shield on here in the bone, but I really do like the bone, and I got to tell you, it looks better in person than it does on the screen here. It's really got a little bit of a translucent look to it. It's really a beautiful shade of blue, kind of like a Caribbean blue. And then I don't know, it's just gorgeous. It's really nice looking bone. They did not put the fake black inlay underneath the bone like you see with several of the other knives they were doing, you know, where they put in the gap filler. Well, this one isn't. Yeah, this one has a little of the gap filler. Many of them had that gap filling stuff, the black gap filler. This one does not. But as you can see, the bone is nicely flush against the back springs there. I'm sorry, yeah, the liners rather. See the brass liners. It does have the brass liners, nickel silver bolsters, and nickel silver pins, and a nickel silver shield. It all looks good. Brass liner for the lanyard tube here. Still got the half stop, mirror polish blade. Yeah, your 440A stainless steel mirror polish blade. Nice swedge going on. This is one of those few knives where I really don't mind the swedge going on with it. It's a nice looking swedge. The nail nick is pretty much lined up right with the swedge too, but you got a good purchase on there. Line up on the blade is really good too. I'm not sure how many knives they're doing in the Blue Dragon series. I do not think this bone would work on the toothpick frame. It would look kind of awkward on the large toothpick frame, but I think it would look good on like the Deer Slayer, you know, that 5 1/4 inch clasp knife, or 5 1/4 inch folding hunter. This would also look good on the 5-inch folding hunter, as far as I can tell. It look pretty good. I like that. It's a nice pattern. Feels good too. It's a little grippy, so it's a, you know, you've got some definite texture going on with it. All in all, I'm pleased with it, with the exception of I just wish they would have kept with the slanted bolster. I'm not sure why they went a different direction. I don't know if it was a cost-saving step or what, but to be honest with you, I would have rather had, I would spend a couple bucks more for that slanted bolster on the frame. I think it really makes the frame look better, the slanted bolster. I don't know, what do you think? The slanted bolster and the pinch versus just a straight bolster rounded off. I don't know. It just kind of caught me as odd. However, I looked at like the Shat Morgan ones and some of the older ones, and they all have a straight bolster. They didn't have the slanted bolster. This is something that Rough Rider came up with their knives. They put that slanted bolster on their cotton samplers, and I think it really, you know, it's like, man, that really makes that frame pop. They even do it with the small ones. So my advice to the Rough Rider would be, go back to the slanted bolster on your cotton samplers. If you come out with a second run of these with a slanted bolster, I would definitely pick it up. I would much rather see it with the slanted bolster. I don't think that pattern would work very well unless you were to shrink it to fit it onto the cotton sampler here. I think it would look really good on a hawkbill too. Look good on the hawkbill. It would look good on their half hawk knives too. It's a nice pattern, and it does feel good. And I think it would be a good grippy pattern. You get your fingers on there and it feels good. All in all, I'm pleased with the knife. My only regret is the lack of a slanted bolster for this knife. They should have kept it that way. Any case, with that said, I will let you go, and I might be doing another video on this soon. Let me take just a second to thank you once again for dropping by and spending a few minutes here at Knife Chats with the Pious. I really do appreciate it, and I do appreciate any comments that you leave. So please remember to give me that thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when the next episode is up and running. Thanks again for dropping by. Really do appreciate your time here.